as well as the traditional frauds, shills, fanboys out there stating that,
My name is Xvault, and I don't like Xbox.
Xbox is publishing more first-party games on PlayStation than PlayStation themselves.
Yeah, that is the truth. What are you talking about, man? Y'all got Ghost of Yote, Baby Steps, and Lost Soul aside. That is it. What are you talking about, bro? Sony ain't producing games. And you out here getting upset over the truth.
Stop. You're going to see Microsoft has more games slated for PlayStation 5 this year than Sony so far. And again, that's going to be the name of the game.
Oh, now, here we go, man. Here we go with this, bro. Why won't you people appreciate the fact that Microsoft is giving you quality games to play for the year 2025? And yet, for some reason, you people still want to complain. Y'all can't even sit there and say, oh, we don't even want these Xbox games because this game is trending on your own platform. What are you ponies doing, man? It's so funny that you guys are dependent on Microsoft so bad that you guys have completely forgot about your own first party. What about the games that Sony created? Didn't you guys say that people pick up the PS5 for exclusives? And time again, we clearly see that it's for third party and now Xbox games.
Wow. Can anybody take a step back? Maybe we can think for a minute, especially the Xbox fanboys here that want to try to run with this narrative as some sort of W.
No, nobody's running with a narrative. People are just telling you the truth, and you seem to be quite angry about it because the whole philosophy as to why people pick up a PlayStation 5 clearly isn't the case anymore. We all can see through the rules. So all this exclusivity talk about how people pick up a PS5 for exclusives, clearly that ain't the case no more, man. You guys are running out of lies. Stop the cap, bro.
Take a step back and
here we go.
Think for a minute. Why would this even be the case? Well,
I don't know, because Sony ain't making games. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you need to have a conversation with PlayStation and talk about the things that is going on within that company to finally get the answer, Xvault, that you want. Because you out here sitting there, PlayStation ain't making enough games, but Xbox game, they coming to my platform. But didn't you say these games was trash on Xbox? Now all of a sudden these games that come to PlayStation 5 are the best games in the world now. I find it so funny, man. You can't show so much of how much of a fanboy you are by doing that type of behavior. Even when Hellblade 2 came to Xbox, now I did try it through Game Pass Ultimate, but I still didn't like it like the previous game. Nothing changed. So when you guys sit there and you want to call people fanboys, talking about, he an Xbox fanboy. Well, I play the games that I want. You know what I'm saying? You was out here lying to your members, man. The difference between the members that support my channel, we're not fanboys, bro. Have you noticed? A lot of you people, even Mr. Den, man, even though he's a PlayStation fanboy, right? But even then, he just be trolling, bro. But people like you, we can really see it in you that you actually take this serious.
Microsoft now has a ton of IPs under its name. Microsoft now is basically a third-party publisher, full on. We're not talking.
Oh, here we go. It's full on third party. Listen, brother. As soon as a company puts a game on another platform, that is the definition of third party. And the reason why I'm saying this, because I can play PlayStation games through a Steam Deck, a ROG Ally, a desktop, and a laptop. That is 4 different platforms that I can play PlayStation games. How come you guys want to be completely oblivious to this? I can't wait for when Sony puts games on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I am very curious as to what you're going to say about that. Because I can guarantee you're going to cap for it just like everybody else in this community. I can't wait for the Nintendo Switch 2.
I know a lot of the PC-centric folks out there and the Xbox-centric folks out there. Well, PlayStation's third party as well. They released their games on, PC, and now they've released Lego Horizon, on the Switch and so on and so forth. And look, yes, PlayStation is third party to a point, but not to the point.
Oh, here we go. That's all we needed to hear. You just said it. PlayStation is third party. So why are we sitting there having these conversations? Oh, well, PlayStation ain't third party to the point where Microsoft's at. Because Microsoft said it doesn't really matter. We're here to make money. Maybe if Sony would do the same thing, then maybe they wouldn't be canceling 10 live service and subscription games. You know, how about the game that you was playing, the one you bought 3 copies for, Concord? You know, like, did you have any luck trying to sell those games, those paperweights on eBay? Because I don't think people are buying them anymore.
Point that, like I've
Oh, but it's
explained
weird. You know, it's in Concord. It's weird. Not that many people have this. Yeah, because nobody wanted to play the game.
times to the point of what Microsoft is. That's the problem here. So why is Microsoft doing this? Well, because Game Pass didn't succeed. It didn't work like it was supposed to. So guess what, guys? That's what a third-party publisher does. And they are all in on being a full-on third-party publisher at this point. It doesn't matter.
There we go. Full-on third-party. You hear that? Then if Microsoft was a full-on third-party, then Avowed would have dropped on the PlayStation 5 as well as the Xbox Series X. Microsoft is making decisions based off if it makes sense, which also makes money in the end. That's why that's the reason why Microsoft's worth $3 trillion and Sony's only worth a few measly billions, because of the decisions that they're making. If Microsoft was going bankrupt, we wouldn't be still talking about how Microsoft is dead. If something's dead, then why are we continuing to talk about it? Like, I really don't get it.
If their first-party Xbox games are coming into PlayStation or Switch 2 5 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, they're now a full-on third-party publisher.
That's funny, because I could say the same thing about Rebirth and Final Fantasy 16, which are all planning to drop on Xbox, and Sony funded those games. But you guys are going to come up with the excuse and say, oh, it's because it's Square, that's why. Just like y'all did with the MLB license, and just like what y'all did with Death Stranding. Every time a PlayStation game does drop on Xbox, you guys are the first people to cap for it. Oh, it's because the MLB forced them, that's why. And you know what? And with the lack of money that Sony's making off exclusives is going to force them to also want to put their games on other competing platforms. It is what it is, and I can guarantee you they're going to start it with the Nintendo Switch. You'll see.
Hands down. We're not seeing Days Gone, Uncharted, God of War, Horizon, all that stuff going to Xbox, and there's a reason for that. It's not even going to Switch, and there's a reason for that.
Oh, really? Oh, you want to take this stance right now, bruh? Let's make a wager right now. Let's go. Come on, man. You want to put $1,000 on that? I can guarantee you that Sony will start putting more of their exclusive games on the Nintendo Switch too. You want it? Let's go. Because I'm about to make an easy 1G off you, bruh. Come on, man. I'm going to go buy me some hair for my bald head.
Don't need to do that. PlayStation doesn't need.
Sony doesn't need to, really? Is that why their game's flopping, failing, getting canceled, getting canned? Days Gone 2 got canceled. Resistance 4 got canned. What are you talking about, bro? If anybody needs to do it, it needs to be Sony.
To do that. We're going to talk about some other...
The only company that don't need to do that is Nintendo, because the ones that pick up their platform, they actually buy their exclusive games, unlike you people buying Astrobot stuck at 1.5 million sales.
Ins and outs here on this, but again, then we have IGN's, lo and behold, Ryan McCaffrey, Xbox-centric dude, so of course he wants to chime in and state this as well, stating Microsoft might legit publish more games on PlayStation 5 this year than Sony does. Laughing, crying emoji. Because again, this is some sort of a W. I don't think it's a double.
It is. It is a W. Because gamers are eating. PlayStation 5 owners, Nintendo Switch 2, as well as the people on Xbox. We all eating good from this, man. I just completed Avowed and I had such a great time, man. I mean, if this is your way of saying what Microsoft is doing bad for the gaming community, then you guys don't know what gaming is, man. The fact that Ninja Gaiden 4 got revitalized due to the fact that Microsoft wanted to put it on all platforms and actually fund a game, no different than how Nintendo did with Bayonetta, then you guys are completely missing the plot. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to look forward to the games, no matter where I have to play them. If you guys care so much about exclusivity, you're the reason as to why a lot of these franchises don't exist anymore. Let's go.
Tundra, where he's like, well, Xbox is in this sad state of affair. This is bizarre to see. I think he's trying to use that as some sort of W.
Yeah, just like Blockbuster thought it was bizarre when Netflix tried to get him into that whole streaming service, and look what happened with that. You see, things change. Things are no longer the same. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to go by that logic, then that means Blockbuster would be in business and Netflix would have been gone under. But we can clearly see as to what happened with that. Streaming services took over, didn't they? But if you want to sit there and reflect and think about how people are going to think like it's the past, well, guess what? You're going to get left behind. And that's why Microsoft is single-handedly publishing more games on, at this point, all platforms now than even your own. Like they're setting a huge precedent here, and they're probably going to still manufacture and produce their own hardware, but give their audience the benefit of playing it through day and day through Game Pass Ultimate. So you're still going to save money even if these games go to other platforms. You're still going to get treated as the top priority. You have to pay for it. They don't. You get all these games through a subscription service while these ponies are paying $70 for all these Bethesda, all these Activision, all these Xbox games that are going over. And y'all want to sit there and say Xbox gamers ain't benefiting. Microsoft has actually gave themselves the best third-party experience. You know what I'm saying? They got their own software, and then they have the best third-party. You get Call of Duty through a subscription. You get all these great games through a subscription. Y'all want to sit there and say, oh, Xbox is worse because of that? What are you talking about? Xbox One, I still had to buy these games. I still had to pay $60 for the Call of Duties and all these other games. But with Microsoft, I get all that third party under one umbrella. Well, you have to pay for PlayStation Premium. You got to pay for the games. You got to, bro, I mean, at this point, they might as well call it PlayStation.
Sort of goalpost moving adventure, whatever you want to call it, some sort of quest that he's still on to make Xbox feel like a completed brand in regards to a competitive sphere here. That's not the case. I mean,
he didn't even say that. He didn't even mention Xbox. He said Microsoft might legit publish more games on PS5 this year than Sony does. He didn't even bring up the Xbox console. And yet, for some reason, you got up all in your little panties and got upset about what whatever this dude said, Ryan McCaffrey.
These guys are clawing and scratching their way themselves. This is like stating EA and Ubisoft, Konami, Capcom. They're releasing more of their, quote, first-party games because that's what they are. They own those IPs, whether it be Madden, whether it be Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Whatever's under those umbrellas for publishers, Street Fighter, whatever, and sit there and say that they're releasing more first-party games on PlayStation consoles than anywhere else.
Yeah, well, I mean, they can make that argument. I mean, even Capcom is producing more games. The only company that ain't producing enough games is Sony. Sony's the only even Sega is producing more games than PlayStation. Let's not front here, man. You got to really be honest with yourself and say, man, why did I pick up a PS5 if I'm just sitting here buying all these Xbox games for $70 while also still paying, what, $20-something for PlayStation Premium with no real benefits? Y'all are the dummies. If you want the best Xbox experience, you're going to have to play on the PC and the Xbox console. It is what it is, bro. At the end of the day, we are benefiting from this. You guys can sit there and downplay that, oh, we finally get access. Let's not forget, these are the same people that said, oh, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is expensive, it's $50. Well, I didn't have that problem on Xbox because I just played it on the catalog. Same thing with Avowed. I've been hearing people say, oh, that's not a $60, $70 game. That's not something I pay for. Well, guess what? I didn't have to buy it. I played it through the subscription service. It's so funny that the same people say, oh, we buy games on PlayStation 5 are the same ones complaining about buying games for the PlayStation 5. Let that make sense, bro. Come on, man.
Or that they're
complaining about how much a game is worth. But these are the same people that picked up Last of Us Remake for $60, $70.
Being released in fluctuation.
Just admit it. Y'all got nothing.
Coherently more often than Sony is releasing, again, their first-party games to their own platform. Do we see how redundant and ridiculous this is?
Yeah, for PlayStation. The fact that you have Microsoft producing more games on your own platform than Sony themselves also shows you that the concept of exclusivity does not exist. That whole, oh, we pick up a PS5 for our games clearly ain't the case, because if you did, then why are you picking them up for third party? We know why the PlayStation is successful. It's because of an ecosystem and the catalog carryover from PS4. It only makes sense for people to upgrade to the 5. If you bought thousands of games on the PS4, then more likely you're going to buy the PS5. That's why the ecosystem. Microsoft realized that like later on during the Xbox One generation that we need backwards compatibility and we need that type of ecosystem to continue to keep our audience to play on our console. It is what it is. And that's something that Sony has done pretty well, but Microsoft could have definitely shifted the tide during the Xbox One generation if the Xbox One had backwards compatibility from the gate. I could guarantee you, whatever console were y'all talking about, if Microsoft did that, PlayStation 4 wouldn't even exist. Y'all know that. Microsoft started realizing, hold on, people upgrade to the next console because of backwards compatibility, because it's easier for them to go buy it. Because they'd be like, okay, I could just take all my old games and accessories and play it on the new one. That's what Sony's doing. That's why even with a lack of PlayStation games, it doesn't matter, because if you bought enough games on PS4 and they're still there, then if you get a PS5, you can still continue with the rest of your catalog. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's saying that Sony's not successful, but they're not successful in the way that you guys think they are. They're not successful because they sell you exclusives. They're successful due to multi-platform, third-party, ecosystem, investment of people's catalogs of what they've already purchased on the PS4.
I mean, honestly, what a nothing burger again. But again, do you see the clawing and scratching from not only media outlets, but again, just looking to try and get that revenue? Because again, drama sells. But Microsoft is the one needing that revenue. So again, like I said,
not that they're needing it, but I mean, at this point, why not? The only company that needs revenue is PlayStation. I really don't understand as to why you guys think Sony ain't struggling. The fact that Sony don't even want to do AAA games anymore is enough proof to show you that they're not trying to invest huge amounts of money to bring their PlayStation audience the games that y'all really want. That's why y'all games got canceled.
Money back with Spider-Man 1, with Spider-Man 2, with Miles Morales. Yes, they did, and pretty quickly.
But what about all the other games? You see, I find it, what about 16? What about Rebirth? What about Forspoken? What about Destruction All-Stars? Let's talk about those games. Oh, you don't want to bring those up. Y'all want to just hold on to one Marvel Spider-Man, a game that happened to be bundled with PlayStation consoles, I might add, and y'all want to use that game as an example. That's okay, one game, and Helldivers 2 had most of its success on PC, and you tell me what other successful game Sony has dropped that's been hitting the 15, 10 million, right, without having to rely on PS4.
Fairly quickly, they did. But not every game's going to sell and do well as an iconic character such as Spider-Man. You can't come up with...
And the funny thing is about Spider-Man, it has overlapping categories. You have the people that like comics, people that like the movies, people that like the games. So there's a lot, and there's a lot of different factors. People that like superheroes. So it's easy for people to gravitate towards a game like Spider-Man because Spider-Man is a household name. Do you get what I'm saying? But this is the reason why Infamous don't exist, because Infamous probably would fail in comparison.
Brand new IP and be like, that's going to work. That's going to work. Even if it has great gameplay, you're relying on word of mouth sometimes.
So you just admitted what Phil Spencer said. It doesn't matter what games we create. People are going to sit there and play the games they want. There you go. Game still with another W.
Trailers don't hit. If the advertising doesn't hit, you are looking for word of mouth.
Or if the game is woke or has some form of controversy.
You're looking for your sister, brother, cousin, friend, schoolmate.
Bro, if you're looking for any of those people, the first thing they're thinking about is the next Fortnite skin.
Whoever, coworker, to spread that word of mouth, right? And talk about it and sell you on it. And there's just a lot that goes into it, a lot of variables that go into it, right? So that's why we're doing games as a service as well, why that push is still there, what we're looking for.
But clearly that push ain't good because Sony canceled 10 out of those 12 games. But yet you want to sit there and say, oh, Sony's still pushing for it. Remember, this is the same guy that defended Concord. Bought 3 copies of the game, and he's probably going to do the same with Marathon, and they're going to drop the service in probably less than a month. Let's not forget, man, this guy's a diehard pony.
In addition to that, I mean, guys, there's nothing to take away from here. It's not that Sony's necessarily doing anything wrong. It just takes a lot, and they're not perfect. Don't mistranslate that thinking they're perfect or they don't have their faults. They definitely do. But I don't think they're dropping the ball in the aspect of they don't want to give us first-party games. They don't want...
Are you serious, bro? Are you serious? Are you going to sit here and say that Sony's not dropping the ball in regards to providing their fans with first-party games? I can't believe... hold on. He actually said that?
Don't mistranslate that thinking they're perfect or they don't have their faults. They definitely do. But I don't think they're dropping the ball in the aspect of they don't want to give us first-party games. They
clearly don't want to give you first-party games because look what you got. Baby Steps, Lost Soul Aside, Ghost of Yote, where's Marvel Wolverine, where's Intergalactic, where's all these other games, where's Resistance 4, where's Days Gone 2, where are these games, bruh? You want to sit there and say that Sony's not dropping the ball with first party when you clearly can tell that they are.
Want to give us great content.
Oh, really? Really? Great content? like Stellar Blade DLC dropping on PC with all the bells and whistles, Lost Soul Aside going on PC, day and date, what you guys said that Sony would never do, and they did it with a single player game. Bro, I'm tired of you guys, man. You guys just don't want to see the writing on the wall, bro.
It just costs a lot of money, and those mistakes, aka Concord, again, great gameplay,
Oh, you're the only person defending that game.
horrible character design, and that is what put the tombstone up for that game series. For that IP, really. Not really a series, because it was one and done real quick. But the gameplay was fun.
It wasn't. It was nothing but an Overwatch clone. Even Paladins is better.
You can say it's not fun all you want. It was.
It really wasn't that good.
Designs were atrocious for the most part. And that's what did it. This isn't a video just about Concord, but when they go and try to put something in there, that costs them. That costs them.
See, that's the difference. Microsoft is out here putting out AAA games, and it's not costing them because they're making the money back through Game Pass Ultimate. And this is what we're explaining to you. So I guess you guys are right. Game Pass Ultimate is actually what's bringing games out to the community, because without it, I don't think games like Ninja Gaiden 4 would exist. I'm going to be honest with you. Game Pass Ultimate gives Microsoft the opportunity to experiment on games that people might not more likely play, but everybody can benefit. Even if people subscribe to Game Pass just to play Call of Duty, they don't care because they're still getting the same money a month. Game Pass is helping the gaming industry, and you people don't want to sit there and see that. Y'all want to sit there and knock it. You're getting a great, incredible value. You're playing all these games that you want, third-party, first-party games from Microsoft, and yet we want to act like this is a problem.
At the end of Sony and bankrupt them, they can't acquire anything, they can't do this, they can't make new games. No. But it hurts. The Wolverine leaks from Insomniac, that hurt. They put him behind. I'm sure that was inner turmoil. I'm sure there's a lot of implosion there to a point, and that's why we're having this delayed even further for Wolverine. There's a lot of factors going on all the time within the game industry, and that's why we're not going to get everything. I mean, look for example Avowed, right? Some have a little bit higher praise than the other, but it's pretty middle of the line.
I played it, and from my personal experience, it's actually a quite good game.
Indiana Jones, a lot of people really enjoyed it. Got some pretty high, reviews, Metacritic, this and that. But it was nothing, people still aren't talking about it. If it was something to talk about, just like I'd be talking about Uncharted 2.
Bro, that's old days, bro. Nobody cares. But guess what? Ain't nobody talking about that in no playground at no school. You people know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Why do y'all keep being delusional about this, man? I'm telling you. Roblox, and Call of Duty and Fortnite, bro. I have people that have children in this community, and they be laughing, yo, GameStop, you right, man. I went to GameStop, and they were talking about bro, literally just go to GameStop, bro. Just go to any electronics area, and you'll see the children. They talking about Fortnite. They don't even look at the freaking games in the glass, bro. They go straight to the redeemable cards, man. If you're a parent and you have children, or if you've just seen it in your day-to-day life, bro, because I've seen it multiple times just from going to the store, okay? Going to the store, and the first thing the kids run into, I want the Robux. I want my Fortnite V-Card. That's what they're getting. Sonny, what about all these games in the glass? I don't want it. I want Fortnite V-Bucks. That's what they're paying for, kids. That's what they're paying for.
Or whatever the case is, after it's done. I still talk about Uncharted 2 to my friends.
But guess what? Talking about Uncharted ain't giving Sony no money. Okay, yeah, I played a lot of Dreamcast games that I love that Sega made. Me talking about it is not giving Sega money. I get it. You cherish those memories, and rightfully so, but let's not forget, Sony is not getting money from that. What do you don't understand?
Family, colleagues, mutuals for gaming. It's just, you just talk about these amazing games. Indiana Jones was fine. There's good aspects of it. No one's continuing to talk about it. I'm talking about it right now because I'm bringing it up as a point. Avowed, very middle of the line, right? It doesn't seem to hold the same flame that even Outer Worlds did. So hopefully Outer Worlds 2 can build upon Outer Worlds 1, be better and stuff. But,
So you just proved our point. That games don't sell these consoles. First-party games don't sell these consoles. It's always been third-party. The Dreamcast had so many great exclusive games at the time, and guess what? The fact that EA, you guys know, the fact that EA stepped out and said, we're not supporting you, Sega, what happened? The Dreamcast failed. Right? Consoles are highly reliant on third-party. The PS1 outbeat the N64. Why, guys? Because of third-party. Because the third party that people remember from the NES and Super Nintendo wasn't really like that on the N64. So where did they go? They went to the PlayStation 1. That's right. That had those same third party games that was supposed to be made for them. Same thing with the PS2, 360, and etc. It's always been third party. I really don't get as to why you people think that people pick up these consoles for exclusives when even back then they didn't. I'm being honest with you. Even back then they didn't. They might have been exclusive at the time, but those are the games that people liked. You get what I'm saying? I mean, Nintendo, they always had that leeway. People still like the Zelda as much as they like Contra. But I'm saying, once these games went elsewhere, like the Final Fantasies that Nintendo was known for, look what happened. You know what I'm saying? People stopped buying Nintendo 64s and GameCubes because they didn't have the same JRPGs that they remember from playing on the Super Nintendo. What do y'all don't understand? These were third-party games. Even if Nintendo was as dominant as they were at that time, with them and the Sega Genesis, but even then they had no power in comparison to third party. Because people say, I'm not missing out on no Chrono Cross or sequel, no Final Fantasy, because that's what people were playing. Third party. It's been like this since the beginning. I remember when the 64 didn't have no real fighting games and people was complaining about that. You know, and fighting games was really big back in the 90s with arcade gaming. N64 didn't really have. I know they had them. I'm just saying they didn't have the ones that most people remembered. And look what happened to that. What are you people talking about?
Again, why are those games kind of middling? They're kind of just like, they're whatever. They're not selling.
It's always been like that. PlayStation 1, Blaster, whatever. You know, Tumble, whatever. Final Fantasy, ding, 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 ding. Chrono Cross, ding, 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 ding. Bushido Blade, ding, 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 ding. Tenchu, ding, 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 ding. Nightmare Creature, ding, 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 ding. What about, what's the, Battle Arena Toshinda had a little, you know, Sony did like a little publishing deal with that. You know, people did like it, but it didn't really hit off. But like I said, Parappa the Rapper, Ape Escape, hold on. Siphon Filter. Why is there silence? You know what I'm saying? PS2. You know what I'm saying? You know, no, I got a good one. Resident Evil. Ding 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 ding. Resident Evil. Ding ding ding. Street Fighter. Ding 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 ding. Third party, and you people know it. Stop the cap. Stop it.
They're not selling subscriptions. Why? Because they're kind of middle of the line. They're what I would say, like we brought up for the main subject matter here, is a full-on third-party publisher at this point.
So now we're arguing full-on third party. So when the Nintendo gets PlayStation exclusives, are we gonna stop with this console war crap? Because I really do hope that you guys don't take it and change it to the whole narrative, because the whole thing is going to be like, well, yeah, it's a full-on third party, but it ain't on Switch, so it ain't full-on third party because it ain't on Xbox. That's the only argument that y'all going to have. When Sony starts putting games on the Nintendo Switch 2, the only thing you're going to sit there and say, well, it ain't on Xbox. I'm telling you, I already got the excuses already. That's exactly what they're going to say. So therefore, it's not full-on third party like Xbox. But it's on Switch 2 as well, though. But it's still exclusive because the Switch is the Switch is a portable, not a home console. But I can still play it on the dock like I'm playing on the Pro and PS4 Pro. But it's a portable though, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's not full third party. You know what I'm saying? It ain't full. It ain't on Xbox, is it? No, it's not on Xbox right now, so it's not third party. So if PlayStation game is not on Xbox, it's not third party. But if a PlayStation game go to Nintendo, it's still an exclusive? Like, I'm having a hard time understanding your logic, because this is what people are doing. So if a game go to Xbox, that's Sony going third party, right? But if PlayStation puts games on Nintendo, that's not Sony going full on third party because it's not on Xbox? That makes no sense, bro.
Again, put the asterisk next to...
Man, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. I'm tired of listening to this, man. Because at the end of the day, man, this whole full-on third-party talk is ridiculous. But like I said, man, if you want to put that 1G wager, like I said, man, on that, that Sony's not, because you heard it from the horse's mouth, that Sony's not going to put games on a Switch 2, right? That's what he said. So when it happens, y'all make sure you link this video to him, and I swear, hopefully everybody starts fact checking him, because I'm telling you, it's happening. So whatever you feel, or whatever you think about Sony not going full on third party, even though the writing on the wall is right in front of your face, well, I'm telling you, you're gonna be hurt, bro. So you better stop with this console fanboy stuff and just go back to playing video games like everybody else. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, take care. Peace out.